Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Loyani, and in the previous video we created a cart service with signals to manage the cart state. But right now when you click Add to Cart, nothing visible happens in the UI. The items are stored in the service, but there is no feedback for the user. We're only doing a console log that an item has been added to the cart. I also mentioned in the last video that we're going to upgrade the cart to track quantities per product. So we're also going to do this in this video. So in this video, we'll improve the cart logic to show the item count as the badge on the shopping cart icon in the header as well. So here's how the pieces connect. The user clicks on Add to Cart. In the product card, the event flows up to products grid through the output. The products grid called the cart service addToCart product, which updates the cart items signal. A computed signal called total items automatically recalculates, and the header components reads the total items in the template, so the badge updates. The important part is that because we're using a computed signal for total items, once the service signal changes, every component reading it updates. No event listeners, no subscriptions needed, and that's the beauty of using signals and also a shared state service. So let's get started. Right now, clicking on Add to Cart twice. So let's refresh this. So right now, clicking on Add to Cart twice on the same product adds two separate entries to the array. That is not how a real shopping cart works. Think about Amazon. When you add the same product twice, you don't see it listed twice. You see the one entry with a quantity of 2. So that's the behavior that we want here. To do so, we're going to introduce a CartItem interface that pairs a product with its quantity. So in a new terminal instance, we're going to generate with ng, generate, I for interface, and we're going to call this CartItem, like this. It created an interface, and inside this interface, we'll declare the product, which is of type product, which we also need to import, and the quantity, which is going to be a number. And here I prefer single quotes instead of double quotes, like so. Now let's update the service to use the CartItem and add a computed signal for the total count. First things first, instead of product, it's going to be CartItem. And here I notice that I've named it as a chat item instead of CartItem. So I'm quickly gonna rename this. So this is a CartItem and this is a CartItem, like so. Now we can add the import to the proper file. We're also going to get some compilation errors, but we're going to remove this and add new logic. So whenever we're adding to cart, we're going to need to update the CartItem signal. So we're going to do the update. And again, the update is going to take the existing items. You can name this whatever you want. And we're also going to add a body because we're going to add some logic to it. First, we're going to check if the item that we're adding to the cart already exists. So we're going to create a variable called existing item, and we're going to use the items find to look through the cart and check if the product is already there. So the find method is going to iterate through every item and it's going to do a comparison. So this is existing variable that is being compared, existing item, and we're going to check if the item product ID, which is the unique ID, it's equal to the product ID, which is being added to the cart. And here we're also using 3 equal signals. So if there is an existing item, so if we find the item, we need to increment the quantity. To do this, we're going to use a map function. So items map, and the map function goes through every item in the array and returns a new array. So this is actually going to be a return, which is a brand new array with the updated quantity. So to do this again, we're going to use a local variable, the local instance that is being compared, and we're going to check if the item product ID is equals to the product ID, then we're going to return the item itself. We're going to create a brand new object with the spread operator and set the quantity to 1 more than before. So first we return the item itself, and we're going to overwrite the quantity property being the item quantity plus 1. If it's not the item that we're looking for, we'll simply return it. So no changes are done. Now, if the item doesn't exist, we can simply add it to the end of the array with quantity 1. So to do this, first we're going to use the spread operator with all the items, and then we're going to add a new cart item, which contains the product itself, and quantity is 1. Now that we're properly adding all the items to the cart, we also would like to calculate how many items we'll have in the cart. So to do so, we're going to create a new read-only signal called total items. And again, this is read-only because we don't want anyone to change the instance of our signal. So total items, this is going to be a computed signal because we are calculating something out of it. We also need to import it. And now because we have every single product inside the CartItem signal with the quantity, we can use, for example, the reduce method and calculate how many items we have within the array. So to do so, we're going to access the CartItems. So this is a signal. We're going to be reading the signal. Let me just move this to the next line so it's easier to read. We'll use the reduce function or method, and the reduce function receives 2 parameters. The first one is the total, and the second one is the item. So this is going to be compounding through every iteration. All we have to do is total plus the item quantity. We also need to initialize the total, and since we're just doing an average here, we are calculating the sum of all the items. We'll just start with 0. Now let's update the header component to inject the cart service and also update the badge to display the total count. One thing to notice is that in the last video, we have added the cart service to the products grid, and now we're going to be inserting the cart service into the header component as well. This is why we call it a shared state. So we have one single service. Everything is signal driven. In case any of the signals that are being read within every other component gets updated, Angular is going to be notifying all the components. So let's go back to the header. And again, we're going to add the cart service. So in the products grid, we have added this as a private service because it's going to be accessed only within the products grid class. For the header in particular, what I'm looking for to do here is use a reference of the cart service itself within the icon here. So what we'll do, instead of being private, this is going to be protected because we're going to be making a reference of the service within the HTML. This is a cart service, and we're going to be injecting an instance of the cart service. And because the cart service, if we go back, this is a provide in root. And as we explained in the last video, this is a singleton class, meaning that it only one instance exists within the application. That is why that the shared state works really well between different components. Now, what we're going to do, I will also like to add a badge to the icon. So let's go back to the Angular material documentation, and we're going to look for badge. So to do so, we're going to add the mat badge module to our imports array, and now it's going to be ready to be used. In our case, we have an icon with a badge, which is the products icon right here. So we're going to check the source code, which is the last example. We add the mat badge with the number that we would like to display. Going back to the HTML, we have the mat icon. We're going to add the mat badge. Because we're going to be linking this to the service, we'll use the property binding. So we're going to use square brackets for that. So mat badge, in this case, going to be the cart service and the total items. And this is a signal, so we have to read it. So by doing so, if we go back to the browser itself, we can see that we have 0. And if we add to the cart, we can see that the total number is also updating. So there are also a few other things that I usually like to add as well. I don't want to see the 0 in case there is no items added to the cart. I only would like to see the icon itself. There is also a property for that. So we're also going to add a mat badge hidden. and we're going to check the cart service for total items. If it's equals to 0, then we don't display it, like so. You can also add a match bed description, and you can also explore every single property that is available and add as well your area labels and everything. So the description, number of items in the cart. Let's go back to the browser, refresh. We're gonna add to cart, add to cart, and add to cart. We're gonna add one more item for the Bluetooth, and it's not updating. So let's check what's incorrect. No error messages on the console, so let's check what we did wrong. So the issue is probably within the add to cart, and here we have, okay, there was a typo, so instead of quantity, I add quantity, so quantity. Okay, let's do this again. We're gonna add multiple, yes, now it's working. We're adding multiple quantities of the same item. And there we have it. So in the next video, we will set up routing and build a cart page. So when the user clicks on the cart, they will see all the items that they have added. If you're enjoying the course or if you have any feedback, please leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.